I want us to kick off the conversation right off the bat. We all know, on Monday, the government of Ghana released a new application, which is, dubbed the GH COVID Tracker. Uh, yeah, that's the name of the app, and it's
Yeah.
been made available for Android users to start with. They say iOS users are going to get theirs very soon. I was really disappointed, even though I'm not in Ghana, but I was
Right.
disappointed that we're so
Well,
badly neglected. You use an iPhone, right?
yeah, no, but iOS is difficult to sort of develop. It takes a bit of time, so at least I can understand it.
Yeah, but I mean, there are still a number of iOS users in Ghana. So I mean, are you saying that we shouldn't be part of what's going on?
They should use USSD.
Yeah, so
Okay,
yeah, so on that note, what do you think of this, the use of technology in Ghana, like to combat this disease and this virus? Do you think this method is going to be effective? In essence, basically, those of us that may not know, it's basically a data collection tool, and it's a survey that collects information of various symptoms that you may have gotten over the past, let's say, 14 days, and basically based on those responses, they are going to give you a risk factor of whether you are likely to have the virus or not, and basically that would advise health professionals and healthcare workers to attend to you when needed. So Henry, what do you think of this move by the
yeah.
Ghanaian government? Do you think it's going to be effective?
All right. So I think first of all, it's a recommendable step which they took. So because I realized that they're putting in a lot of interventions just to help protect the citizenry in that regard, to be able to be safe, sort of. So I think that it's actually a very first and a good step for them. But I think that just like you raised the issue about iOS, there are just quite a number of issues with it, and that might just be possibly what we might just run through quickly. So I think I have actually had the first-hand experience looking at the app, digesting it, sort of decoupling it and seeing what's in there. I think that for what it is to track and help them to be doing enhanced contact tracing, I think is the best mode, and it should be encouraged. But however, I think that looking at it from a surface, rather than building a whole new app to do that, already we had a government application which is already running, and so I was just thinking that the simple update to do that
Sorry,
application would have just been easy.
which government app are you referring to right now?
The GPS, Ghana Post
Oh,
GPS app. So
yes.
that's an app which is supposed to, and from that app we had a lot of communication about it, that it's going to be able to provide APIs for banks and other things to track people and all that. So inherently, it's actually an app which does sort of the same thing right from the go. And so simple updates to that app would have just been, easy. I've gone through that process of putting it on an unsecured server where you have to get people to download. So now if I download and there's an update to the app, what do? I have to go back to the app, go download it, uninstall what I already have, and then now put it back again. It's a lot of time, and I think that it might not necessarily have been the way to go. If we had just updated what was on the Play Store, it would have just been easy, coupled with it permission issues and all. But I think that all through there's been a lot of talk about it, and let's hope that the government sort of will listen to what's going on, and then be able to use this too. Because I think that apart from anything, it's actually a government tool. People trust the government so much that they would be willing to put in any data that the government is asking them for. And so it's sort of also in the right direction that the government is going to make sure that it puts in all its data protection act into actions, just to make sure that every information that it's able to gather is supposed to be used for what it is. and then also to protect the citizenry. I think it's a good way to go. They're doing well, but I think that just one or two things on the side. But it's actually understandable as well because the times we are in, it's just calling for immediate solutions. But that comes to me as if the times we are in are calling for that immediate solution, then there were other applications which were developed by Ghanaians and were in that full capacity to be adopted and used. And if there were any point of spending money, these Ghanaians would have sort of, if not benefits, built their capacity to be able to use their tools which they've been able to build to help you. But all the same, I think that it's a very good initiative which they're putting in place, and we could support it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Henry, we both know, and I just saw a comment from someone. He's saying, "Let's be honest and speak truth to authority. That the app is crappy and useless, and the idea was in the right direction, but execution is bad." And I think a lot of people in the tech community in Ghana would agree to this. And if you ask me, first of all, the domain that was hosted on, um, it's a generic domain. Like it's not a .gov. It's not like a Ghanaian domain. The servers that the data is being hosted on is not in Ghana. It's in the US somewhere, and so that's where your data protection stuff that you were talking about also comes in. How do we know that
Yeah.
data is actually going to be used for what is its intended purposes? And how do we know that somebody is not spying on us? Because that's really sensitive information. I mean, you open the app and they're asking you for your phone number and your email, and these are the most critical personal data points that you can imagine. Once I have that information, I have that link, I can easily hack you simply. And I'm sure we have a lot of security experts even in the chat. Brian William is one. He will tell you that that's a serious flaw, man.
No, I understand. I think that I one of the ethical hacking tools which I used relatively could just use your phone number to sort of find everything about you. Emails could just find your date of birth. I could see where you're working, your network, and everything. So it's easy to use such information, just phone emails, to get to people. So I understand the concerns that's there. I might not necessarily put a judgment on it because I understand what really goes into development as well. And especially when you have people in government who are not tech experts, relatively any solution that's thrown to them that makes sense in their ears at the time where it's thrown to them sort of is that. So I might not necessarily put a judgment on it as whether it's good or bad. I think that the idea perfectly works. I've seen a lot of these, even Google and Facebook basically are taking that same initiative. And so that means that that's sort of the way to go. The implementation possibly is not the way I might expect it, but it depends on sort of the resources that's available to the government at the time and what they've been previewed to. I wouldn't have gone in for it. I wouldn't go in for it at any point in time for that solution because it's just a one-time sort of thing. If you send a Google Forms out to people to fill, I think it will make it easier for people to even use that to sort of gather the data. But we sort of, I think that it's a learning community. And I think that one of the things that we're learning from this is that we in the tech industry should be able to sort of realize that the government is getting into the tech world. And so we already having knowledge of these things should be able to be the firewall to safeguard against some of these things, because you might possibly think that they're doing, to them, they are doing great achievements. And to people who are sort of foot soldiers, they would be holding the fort for them. But to us as the entrepreneurs and tech people, we know that it's actually an upside for it at all. So what we should be doing, I think, going forward is that we should be standing in to some of these things and safeguarding against some of these mistakes that's rendered.